Swifty, what happened last math test? JQ.
Captain, I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. Detective Terry Hoyts.
Since when do well-behaved people ever go down in history? Sally Swift.
To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Hello, my name is Nate Swift, and I'm a sixth form boarder from Chicago, Illinois. When I first started thinking about what I was going to write for this chapel talk, I had too many ideas to count. I wanted to talk about my experiences spending my summers in Wyoming, or how some of the most fun I've ever had has been on Westminster's lower sports teams, or even my crazy, ridiculously massive family known for mischief. All of these ideas stood out to me, so recently I figured, why not talk about all of them? So without further ado, I present Life Lessons and Experiences by Nate. Wyoming. I spent my summers in Pinedale, Wyoming at our family ranch. It was one of the last places on earth where people are scarce and nature dominates. Snow-capped mountains tower over endless, crystal clear, snow-fed creeks and valleys. There is wildlife everywhere. It is heaven on earth. The summer after my freshman year, I decided to explore some of the endless forests and mountain ranges of the West through a Knowles course. We were going to hike for 60 miles over a 2-week period on the Idaho side of the Tetons. Wow, this was going to be fun, I thought beforehand. Wrong. 2 days in, my friend Jacob and I were trying to figure out how high we could jump off of a rock to break our ankles, but not cause any serious damage to the rest of our body, so we could get airlifted out and return to cheeseburgers and music. We never did quite get the courage to do the deed, so I continued carrying a pack on my back that weighed half as much as my body weighed, walking up mountains. There's this horribly cliche saying, it's not where you end up that's important, it's the journey. Wrong again. Because when we scaled Palisades Peak at an elevation of 10,000 feet, it was the most euphoric sensation that I've ever experienced. My brain went into overdrive, trying to make sense of the great expanse of beauty that circled me. The surrounding mountaintops scraped the sky as if in defiance to humanity by saying, we have been here, long before you have, and we will be, long after. With Palisades Creek shimmering below me, the endless sky above made me grateful for the struggle that I endured to climb the mountain. Sometimes it's not the journey that gives the destination meaning, but the destination that gives the journey meaning. Additionally, being in the woods for 2 weeks made me realize all that I had taken for granted. From showers to having a full stomach, I came to the conclusion of how grateful I was for all of civilization. If you were completely isolated from everything you knew, what would you miss? Would you miss your family, food, friends? So I encourage you all to think about how truly fortunate we are to be where we are. And for all of you thinking about taking a Knowles or Outwards Bound trip, I highly recommend the experience. Westminster Athletics. My time competing on the lower athletic teams here at Westminster has been some of the most fun that I've ever had. There have been some truly unique experiences, such as the Thirds Lacrosse Dynasty that I've been lucky enough to be a part of. When we first started off, it was Tarek, Suleiman, Eddie Lee, Nate Londahl, Justin Cooey, Alex Hu, myself, and our fearless leader, Coach Kia, versus the world. Yes, that was our entire dysfunctional team. I wish this was some feel-good story about how we overcame all odds and won just one game, but we didn't. To be be honest, we weren't even really that close. But we had a great time. We lost together. Winning or losing doesn't determine how much fun you have on lower sports teams. It's all about the attitudes and understanding that at the end of the day, winning is fun, but so is messing around. That mentality also applied to Forest Boys Soccer my freshman year, where we had a perfect record. At the beginning of the season, our coach, Kenny Dix, asked us our goals for the season. The always competitive Khalil stated, "I think we can go undefeated this year." We all started yelling in agreement that this was the year Forest Soccer would go down in history. We'd be the best team that had ever played on the baseball field. We were right. We went down in the history books for a perfect record, an 0-15 season. Blowout after blowout, we kept our heads held high and always tried to win one to make our coach proud. But we didn't, because we were not good. I was thinking of ways to portray how awful we were at soccer that year, but our coach described it best in his post-game supplement on the Westminster website. Coach Ken Dixon reflected on the year after the game. Although we were unable to break into the win column this season, we had a perfect winning record for having fun in every practice and game. This has been a season that I'm confident the boys will always remember. He was definitely right about that. Family. My family is massive. I'm one of 5 kids, and if you think that is big, my father is one of 9. We are probably one of the only families where mischief is not only accepted, but encouraged. We've never been well behaved, always allowed us at restaurants, and cutting each other off on ski slopes. A perfect example of this hilarious behavior takes place every year at a water park in Ohio. They have a giant inflatable raft that my siblings and I try to flip just to hear the lifeguard blow his or her whistle and tell us we have to leave the pool because this is the 5th time they've asked us not to do it. Once we convinced the lifeguard that we learned our lesson and they let us back into the water, we do it again. Our parents love it. The only time our parents have not loved our mischief was when my little brother gave our dog Clifford a haircut. We were all in the car on our way to dinner when my sister yelled, "Ben, what have you done?" He didn't see the issue. He was just practicing to become a dog groomer. Of course, there are times where we screw up horribly and we hear the terrifying sound of our mother yelling our full names. When I hear Nathan Phelps Swift come here right now, I know to tuck tail and apologize for whatever I've done. Luckily, I rarely hear that anymore. Being close to siblings has always been stressed by my 2 loving parents. We do everything together, from playing squash to mountain biking. Mom and Dad, thank you for all you've given me. Most importantly, my little siblings, Scout, Sophie, Campbell, and Beth. You're all the best family imaginable, and I love you dearly. Conclusion. This entire chapel talk came to me on an airplane going home from school for Thanksgiving, sitting next to Chloe Farrow, Beck Windsor, and my 2 sisters. So I apologize if it is not good, but be mad at them, not me. In addition, the guy from across the road keeps offering me Doritos and candy and trying to convince me how good the Cavs are this year. They're not good. You may find yourself wondering why I talked about a Knowles trip, Westminster lower sports teams, and my family all in one talk, and how they all connect. They don't. They're simply the things on my mind as I fly from Hartford to Chicago. I can't wait to get home and see my family, recounting the tales of my lower soccer team this year, and I'd rather be doing anything other than sitting on that plane, even climbing a mountain. See, as humans, we have this misconception that everything has to make sense. It doesn't, at all. Sometimes, no justification is needed for your actions, and when someone asks why you did something, it's okay to say, I don't know. So why did I talk about what I did in this chapel talk? I don't know. Thank you for listening.